Mr. Walsh and Mr. You're under arrest, Jake. Good news. Withholding evidence, extortion.
I just had to open this video with a clip from one of Jack's best movies, Chinatown. Jack's the smile that can end the scene, that creepy smile of his.
Here's Johnny!
Off camera, he ran sets with standards. Show up ready, respect the crew, keep pace. Reason why he was such a popular character with the audience and his Hollywood peers, backed up by his Oscar-winning plays.
Nominees, some of them are very good friends of mine, and I'm honored to be on any list with you, Bobby, Dusty, and you and your father, Mr. Damon, and my old bike pal, Fonda.
But Jack has a way of doing things. His acting methods are legendary, but so are his conflicts. Tonight, 5 real clashes, actor to actor, actor to director, backed by receipts you can check. I'm not here to invent drama. If there's a source, I'll flash it. If it's my read, I'll say so. Each section ends with a quick rehook, so the edit moves.
Providence tried to tell me what to do, and something maybe happened to him.
The Departed's opening scene with Jack's monologue was so cold and true, yet cool at the same time. However, as much as we all must love this movie, there was drama around it. On The Departed, you can feel the edge between Ray Winstone's character, French, and Jax's character, Costello. Off-camera, Ray Winstone has said flat out he and Jack didn't click. It well documented that Winstone and Jack did not get along simply by looking at the evidence. Winstone had beef with Jack Nicholson on the set of Scorsese's Oscar-winning 2006 thriller The Departed. During a BAFTA Q&A in 2014, Winston described Nicholson as arrogant. There was not only one, but in another interview he stated more hatred for Jack.
I didn't like him, no. I thought he was so far up his own it was unbelievable. And, you know, and he was very rude. He was very rude to me.
Social security numbers. Everybody's fine.
My read. 2 hard styles clashing. Winstone is blunt force, Jack needles and showboats. That alpha static helps their scenes, but it leaves a bruise. Safe to say they did not enjoy each other's company.
Hello, Claude. Where'd you get the midget? Yeah, very nosy fella.
Chinatown is a perfect movie built under pressure. However, whilst the movie was amazing, the production was toxic between Jack and Roman. If you know Jack well, apart his love for women and partying was his love for the LA Laker. Nicholson told the Los Angeles Times that Roman stormed in and smashed the television when he was watching a game. He and lead actor Jack Nicholson got into many heated arguments during filming, including one where Polanski smashed Nicholson's portable television with a mop because Nicholson kept stalling shooting by watching Lakers games. It was well documented Polanski was not the best person character-wise, being very overpowering, and there are still many allegations against him. Him may have had a top vision as a director, but as a work colleague, not the type I would want to work with. Then again, Jack should be working and not mixing pleasure with business. Hard to pick a side here as both are at fault, but they both delivered in giving us a great hit with Chinatown.
Your cabbage-shooting Mexican pistola with flowers on the handle, Robert Lee. Why don't you go get it?
Marlon Brando.
Well, that settles it.
Jack Nicholson.
Jack worshipped Brando, and I can respect that. Brando was an electric actor. He will always be remembered for his Godfather role as Don Vito Corleone. Safe bet, that exact role made Jack respect Brando even more. Then they worked together in the making of The Missouri Breaks. That's where the respect fell apart. AFI's production notes say Brando read off cue cards, pushed odd changes, and even threatened to walk through his part when he didn't get his way. That's not gossip, it's documented production history.
The new regulator. Tom Logan, Robert E. Lee Clayton.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, sir.
Watching it feels weird because despite Brando not preparing much for this movie, he still delivered. Of course, not a hit like his other movies, but I can imagine Jack lost respect for Brando's professionalism, and I would have to. Brando, towards the end of his career, definitely become more difficult to work with. Jack thought he would be having a great teacher, but ended up being a babysitter, which is sad to say, knowing the greatness of Brando. A definite blemish on the great career of Brando.
Of course, you have to pay for it with your soul, but what the hell? I deserve a little luxury. You have to take care of yourself. No one's going to
On the iconic Cher, we mostly remember her for her music hits, but she did some Hollywood roles. Leading up to the start of the movie, Cher says on her 40th birthday, director George Miller called to say he and Nicholson didn't think she was right. She clapped back with her resume. I do not need to be a genius to know you do not call Cher old, let alone any woman, but in the world of Hollywood, age is a woman's biggest enemy. Nowadays, there is plastic surgery, but in 1987, there was no plastic surgeon of that caliber, but I still think she was beautiful for her age. This is Jack being. Jack being a womanizer wanting a younger, hot side piece for the role. Here's what he allegedly said, at least to Cher's recollection. Hi Cher, it's George Miller. I just wanted to call and tell you that I don't want you in my movie, and Jack Nicholson and I think you're too old and you're not sexy. That crazy Jack was just so open about this, and props to Cher for still taking the role and proving them wrong. Cher also says Nicholson later backed the women on set, sat with them, and pushed for lines that felt true. So it starts as an insult and ends with support. This thing is real. The ally move is real too. Jack recovered but still got caught out, and I am sure Cher still feels a grudge. Wounds may heal but never forgotten.
Like the clues that keep you on the right track are never where you look for them. They fall out of the pocket of somebody else's suit you pick up at the cleaners.
This was supposed to be the Chinatown victory lap. Town writing, directing, Evans producing, and co-starring Nicholson back as Gittes. In 1985, the movie collapsed days before shooting. Paramount pulled the plug after a fight over Evans' acting role. The Los Angeles Times covered both the 1985 shutdown and the 1990 revival with Nicholson directing. Not a single foot of film was shot, but they did get close. Studio executives raved about the script. Crew members, some of whom had worked on the original, raved about the sets. The first week's shooting, set to begin April 30th, had been mapped out to the last detail. In the end, those who worked on the film say Jakes was a victim of ego overdose. When director Town finally decided Evans was not right for the Berman role, Paramount got nervous. The main concern was that Bob Evans could not act his way out of a paper bag, said one executive who had helped shepherd the project. My read? Sequels cost people, and not just money. Nicholson saved the project years later by taking the director's chair, but the old chemistry never came back, and Jack was fed up with the drama between Town and Evans. The movie was done in the end, but at the cost of friendships. Safe to say Jack's career had great movies, but some of them came at a cost. Both his fault and others not. He is a lively character, and as most actors and directors in Hollywood, Jack has his own way of doing things. 5 clashes, 1 standard. With Winston, personalities clashed. With Polanski, control clashed. With Brando, craft versus chaos. With Cher, a cutdown turned into respect. With Town and Evans, a dream sequel broke the team. Through all of it, Jack stuck to the same rule. Show up ready, respect the work. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more Studio Craft deep dives. We'll see you in the next one.